If you have ever wondered what it would be like to make money in your sleep, then digital products might be your jam. Today, we're really going to dig into how to create digital products, most importantly, how to sell your digital products, and how to do it with the least amount of effort and friction. My name is Sheena, and I have owned and operated my own dietitian private practice for the past decade. And if you're serious about getting started with your dietitian practice or your side hustle, definitely click that subscribe button. I drop new episodes every Wednesday, so definitely click the alert button so you don't miss any episodes. So let's dig into what digital products are and, most importantly, how do we sell them? So a digital product is essentially anything that we're creating that doesn't require our direct one-to-one, face-to-face time. So we create the product one and done, and we can essentially sell that product forever. And there's also a lot of additional perks that we can do with these products to where we're making money on these products, even if we're not the exact person that is selling the products. So some examples of digital products are things like digital downloads. So perhaps you create like a PDF or a video download for your patients or other providers that might find your resources valuable. It can also be something like a digital course, in which case you're oftentimes creating these digital courses on something like Thinkific or Kajabi or numerous other platforms in which individuals might create a digital course. I've never actually created a digital course, so this is going to be mostly about just simple digital products that you can provide to your patients. So the one thing that I want to say about digital products is we often have this idea that if we build it, they will come. This is the exact wrong way to think about a digital product. In order to sell a digital product, in order to sell anything, you have to have one, something to sell, but two, most importantly, someone to sell it to. So oftentimes hear dietitians say they'd love to sell digital products. Where do they start? How can they host their product? But they have no audience to sell that digital product to. So you really need to think about who your audience is, and is there enough of your audience available right now, or are you building that audience so that you have someone to sell that digital product to? If we simply create the digital product and imagine that it's going to sell dozens and dozens of copies a day because it's existing on a platform like Etsy and they're doing your marketing for you, you're probably actually just not going to sell any digital products. So when we're thinking about something like a PDF download, which is predominantly what I sell, we need to think about who we're serving. And this is where having a niche becomes really, honestly, absolutely critical. If you do not have a very specific niche with a very specific set of problems that you solve for your audience, please do not start creating digital products. You are just sucking up your time when you could do a lot of other things. Best way to sell a digital product is to look at your audience. Who is viewing your content and what questions are they asking? So a lot of times I will actually find the ideas for my digital products in Facebook groups in which individuals are engaging, asking questions to relieve their pain points. And I will simply take those questions and formulate a digital product that is specifically geared to solve that individual's problem. So for me personally, I work with eating disorders. And so a lot of times I'll just kind of hang out in the eating disorder professional groups and I will see what type of questions either they're asking or their patients are asking, in which no resources exist that can help to troubleshoot that person's pain point. So for my personal specialty with eating disorders, some things that I've done are a PDF download to help people with eating disorders challenge fear foods. What are some strategies that you can use? And what are some ways that we can think about those fear foods to help us identify them and feel less anxiety or guilt when we're challenging some of those fear foods? Another resource that I've created is identifying and challenging what is called the eating disorder voice. I also created eating disorder recovery meal plans. So these are very specific things to my niche where I know from experience with my own patients, as well as working with other providers in helping them to troubleshoot where some of their deeply rooted pain points are for their patients, and having resources to help them work that out on paper. We really need to know our niche and the very specific pain points for these digital products and downloads to actually be helpful. There's a multitude of places where you can showcase your digital product or courses, whatever you have that you're selling. And these might be platforms such as, I use a platform called Gumroad. It also might be Etsy or Shopify, or a really good one for registered dietitians is, I think it's called Well-Resourced Dietitian now. It was formerly RD to RD, where other dietitians can actually utilize your digital products that you've created, and they can do that instead of creating their own and reinventing the wheel. I also host my products on something called, I believe it's Therapy Connect. So it's actually for therapists that are working with eating disorders. And it's not something that I would have thought about, but in showcasing my products in places like social media, therapists connected to me and said they would like to utilize these resources as well. I say you can't just build it and expect them to come. What I mean is you really need to have an audience somewhere or be building an audience somewhere before you just expect those products to roll off the shelf. So for me, I have a blog that I regularly update, produce new content on. And what I try to do is I try to create resources that oftentimes would be very specific to a blog article, in which point I am troubleshooting a pain point. Now, this is honestly pretty easy to do because most eating disorder topics are going to revolve around something that I've created a digital product for, even if it's not an exact specific match. Another place that you might be able to sell your digital product is if you have a high following on social media platforms, or if you have a good following on like an email list. By the way, always be promoting and collecting new email addresses on that email list so that way you're able to sell your audience a product. The email list is the one thing that you actually own. So we don't actually own our social media platforms. Those can be deleted at any time. I've actually had that happen to me. So I invest deeply in growing my email list. So I have a place where I can collect an audience that is part of my niche, and I can create products that are specifically geared towards that audience that are going to identify with their pain points and move them from one spot to the next in their recovery journey. So it could be the social media handle where we are promoting these products. A really great way to do this is if you have kind of a flagship product, you can put that right into your bio, or you can put it into your stories, etc. Or if it's Facebook, you can do links, all of those type of things. Another really good place actually to promote those digital products is going to be on like a Pinterest page, because that is a platform that is geared towards getting people off the page, and it is a search engine. So that's a really good place to promote products, create pins, and get people to viewing your digital product. But no matter what, whether you are promoting these on Pinterest, social media, your email list, your website, you're going to want to have that very niche audience that's going to resonate with these products and purchase your product. A lot of individuals that purchase one product might purchase a multitude of products because these products are all likely very, very closely linked to the pain point that they've identified that they're struggling with. So for example, most people that go on to purchase my eating disorder recovery meal plan also go on to purchase meal support worksheet for families, because this is something that they're going to need at the exact same time that they are providing the recovery meal plan for their loved one with an eating disorder. So a lot of times you'll sell a multitude of these products, and a way to sell more products is going to be to do promotional things like send out emails if something's left in the cart, or to promote a new product with a discount, or prompt it right when that product is sold to give a little bit of a discount and incentivize that individual to purchase another product. Another thing that is really cool that you can do with digital products is, in addition to embedding them into your blog posts, you can also create a specific product suite page on your website, which can showcase the entire collection of those digital products. Another thing that you can do is you can allow other individuals, providers in the same field as you, to become affiliates for your products. So I have several affiliates for my digital products that can showcase my products on their website and receive a percentage of the commission for any sale that comes from their affiliate link. So you've created this product one time, you're showcasing it on your platforms, your website, your social media, your email marketing, you're raking in money potentially in your sleep, and others are also showcasing this potentially on their platform. So you're not even doing the work to create the platform, you're simply creating that product one time. And a really good way to create those digital products, one thing I'll do too is I'll actually utilize interns a lot to create these digital products. So they'll take a lot of my content from blog content that I've already written, because I am heavily invested in my niche and providing that eating disorder education. I'll just kind of rework this to create like a workbook PDF where somebody can actually work through their thoughts and connect with the information from my blog in that PDF. So interns really love these projects, and it is something that you can utilize in your practice, that passive income in your sleep. You might even want to see if your intern would like to become a collaborator or an affiliate on that product. Give them a little bit of incentive in that business world. It's a really fun way to create those connections with your dietetic intern. So you can sell your digital products on a lot of different platforms. Like I said, I wouldn't depend on these platforms to generate sales for you, but they absolutely can. So make sure to give your digital product a really good description. And pro tip, you can actually upload your digital product into a lot of the AI technology like ChatGPT, and it will create a bomb description for you. And you can even allow it to do it in your voice. So my ChatGPT knows very well what my tone, what my persona, the way that I create content and write is. And so I can actually say, create a sales page for me for this digital product in the words of Sheena onto my ChatGPT. It's really incredible, and it does it in about 2 seconds. And pro tip is ChatGPT is actually really good at creating skeletons for digital products. So as long as you know what you're looking for and you're willing to do a few tweaks, it can help you to generate that digital product or ideas for what would be good general products based on what you're already doing. So honestly, ChatGPT, awesome sidekick. I would never use it to generate the whole digital product or anything like that, but it's a great sidekick in creating ideas and content for that digital product that maybe you wouldn't have thought about. You can also put your digital product in there and ask ChatGPT to expand. That's a really great way to do it too, to just maybe get those little extras that you haven't thought about before. So those are some great ways to create a really good, solid digital product. I started creating these, honestly, guys, because I just saw a lot of gaps in patient care where patients were having these extreme pain points and there just was not good content to provide them with to help them work through and kind of break apart the noisy thoughts in their brain. And so I just created them for my patients, and then I was like, hey, these could be money makers. And so I started putting these onto platforms and creating stores, in which case both patients and other providers in a similar field can have a trusted resource by an eating disorder expert to help solve their client's pain points that client might not even have words for. So you're really doing a service to your patients, to other providers in the field, helping them to facilitate good care for patients when you create these products at affordable prices, and you're making some pretty sweet cash as well. In you don't even have to do anything to get it once you've created the product. Honestly, it just sits there. They download themselves onto people's computers once they click the go button, and you're making money in your sleep. So it's not uncommon for me to wake up, and I've sold several $100s in digital products in the morning, which is super awesome. Your entire dietitian career on selling digital products, because honestly, most of these are going to sell for probably between $10 to $30. That's kind of the sweet spot for those lower ticket items. You can absolutely sell courses and things like that, or really strategic products for higher dollars. But most of us, especially when we're working with PDFs, about $10 to $30 is going to be the average. So it nickels and dimes its way up. It's money, like I said, that you're making in your sleep. And this is content that I would have created for my patients anyway. So it's really a win-win. I do want to say you probably do want to make sure to do some kind of slight watermark or something like that somewhere so people don't steal your content. So that's one thing to remember. But other than that, these are really great ways to just get a little bit extra income and really truly serve that audience and other providers in your field. So I hope that this video was helpful for you. If so, please consider liking, subscribing, and sharing with a friend.